What we're going to do is we start with the formula, and I always will underline exactly what I'm looking for. So here's the formula that I wanted you guys to work with. 2L plus
Turn off one of those lights for us, please.
2W is equal to P.
Is that better? No, really? How about the other one? Let's check two. Is that all right, Mr. What? Two lights?
No.
No, too dark?
Put one up. Yeah, they're going to fall asleep. That's good.
I can make sure they don't fall.
They can see that. You can see that, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have 2L plus 2W is equal to P. What am I asking you in question number 1? I'm asking you to solve for L. So that's the one I'm going to underline. So I have to try to get that guy by itself. That's what solving for a specific variable is. So you ask yourself, well, what are we doing to L? We are adding something to it, and we're multiplying it by 2. So when we solve, what do we undo first, the multiplication or the addition? No, think about it. If I had the equation 2x plus 6 is equal to 12, what would we undo first? No, we wouldn't divide both sides by 2. I would undo the addition. I would undo the addition first, so I'd subtract 6. So I'm going to get rid of this plus 2w by subtracting 2w from both sides. That's going to leave me with, carry it down, 2L is equal to P minus 2W. I can't combine P and W, so it's just P minus 2W. And now I have 2 multiplying L, so how do I undo that? I'm dividing by 2. I divide this side by 2, I divide this side by 2. The 2's here cancel. L is equal to P minus 2W divided by 2. This is my formula for the length of a rectangle if I was given the perimeter of that rectangle and the width. Okay? So now the other question that I asked you was, starting with the same formula, 2L plus 2W is equal to P. And now I want to solve that for what? What was the second question? What am I trying to solve it for? W. So this is what I want to get by itself. So again, you want to get rid of any addition or subtraction first. So how am I going to move or get rid of that 2L? Subtract it. It's a positive 2L here. So one of the ways that we've talked about it is I'm going to bring it to the other side of the equal sign and change its sign. And it's gone here. So then I have 2W is equal to P. Just write down what's going on the right-hand side. Minus 2L. And now I'm trying to get W by itself. W is being multiplied by 2. So how do I undo that? Divide by 2. Divide by 2. So W is equal to P minus 2L divided by 2. We good? All right, how about this one? C x plus b is equal to a. Solve for x in terms of a, b, and c. Whoops. There we go. Solve for x in terms of a, b, and c. Correction, what's up?
X equals a over c minus b, right?
You divided first. So what do we want to do first here? Yeah, everybody tries to get x by itself too quick. Remember, when we undo things, we undo addition and the subtraction first. So I'm going to subtract the b first. And when I subtract the b, I get cx equals A minus B. Now, how do I get x by itself? Yeah, now I'm going to divide by that C. So I'm going to get x is equal to A minus B divided by C. And believe it or not, you just created a formula. And just give me a second. Watch. You ready? 2x plus 4 is equal to 12. How would we solve that equation? What would I do first? Just tell me. I would subtract the 4. And when I subtract the 4, I'm left with 2x is equal to 8. And then what would I do? I would divide by 2, divide by 2. I get x is equal to 4. But what I want you to see is, if you can relate this equation now to this equation. You ready? What is the C? Take a look at this and take a look at this. What number represents the C? 2. Good. What number represents the B? 4. And what number represents the A? 12. Now, we went through a solving process here. We did the same thing here, but we created a formula. And we created a formula for any equation that is in the form cx plus b equals x. And if we can identify what my A and what my B and what my C is, I can just simply plug those numbers in for x down here. I don't have to go through the entire solving process, and that's what formulas are all about. You find a way to make your life easier by creating a formula and just substituting in for it. Watch. If I let C equal 2, B equal 4, and A equal 12, look what we get. X equals, we said A was 12. We take 12 and we subtract my B, which is 4, and then we're going to take a look at that and divide that by C, which is 2. What is 12 minus 4? 8, and what's 8 divided by 2? 4. Get the same answer. And we will get the same answer because of the formula that you wrote. Now watch this. What if I give you an equation that starts to get crazy and we use crazy numbers? Like let's say 50x minus 30 is equal to, I don't know, 70. Now, you would have to solve that, right, normally? I don't want you to solve that normally. I want you to relate this equation back up to this one. Tell me what my ABCs are, and then plug it into that guy that we had determined. So what would my A be if I take this and I relate it back up to here? 70. Good. What would the B be? B would be negative 30. And what would the C be? 50. All right? So now let's plug it into here. X is going to equal, A, which is what? A, which is 70, minus B, which is a negative 30, divided by C, which is 50. What's a minus? Plus. What's 70 and 30? 100. And what's 100 divided by 50? 2. And what do you think we would get if we tried to solve this equation? Yeah. If we tried to solve, oops, I'm off the page. If we solve that equation by adding 30 to both sides and then dividing by 4, you get that same, or dividing by 50, you get that same shoot. All I'm showing you is that this thing that we're trying to do with literal equations, solving for variables in terms of other variables, you're creating formulas that can be used over and over again when needed. All right? You're not going to have to use them this way, but I just wanted to show you the link between it. We good? All right. Try this one. Let's go with 1/2 W plus 2x equals 4y. Solve for W. Solve for W. And that's what's really important about this, is you need to understand exactly what variable we're trying to solve for. All right, so the first thing we're going to do when I'm doing a problem like this is I'm going to look at and underline, circle, whatever you want to do, the variable that we're trying to get by itself. So I'm trying to get W by itself. So remember, when I'm trying to get a certain variable by itself, I try to simplify everything, and then when I start moving things, I start with addition and subtraction. So what am I going to move first? The 2x. All right? It's a positive 2x, so I'm going to move it over here as a minus 2x, and then it's gone. That's one way of doing it too, guys. I can't put 4y minus 2x, so I just moved it over and I changed its sign. And it's gone from the left-hand side. Now I'm focused on w. I have 1/2 in front of it. What do I have to do to get rid of the 1/2? Say it again. Divide by? You don't want to divide by that side. Okay, so I'm saying, how do we get w by itself? You're going to divide by what? 1/2. When we divide by 1/2, what's that the same thing as multiplying by? We got to get better at this. Dividing by 1/2, same thing as multiplying by 2. Multiplying by 2. All right?
What did we call that the other day, guys? What's the word to use the phrase? Somebody?
Yep.
I couldn't hear you.
Say it louder. Yeah. Reciprocal. Yeah, it's the reciprocal. So,
Figure the fraction out.
yeah, you want to multiply by the reciprocal. You're dividing by 2. You're basically dividing by 2. So when we're taking 1/2 of something, you're going to multiply by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this side by 2, and I'm going to multiply this entire side now by 2. That's what's important here, because you have an entire side over there you get to multiply by 2. These will cancel. There's my w equals. And now when I multiply the other side by 2, I have to distribute the 2 through. I get 2 times 4y is 8y, minus 2 times x, which is 4x. There is my solution.